Loving yourself, what does that really mean? And we've all seen it. To attract your twin flame, to manifest your union, you must love yourself. Welcome back. I'm Breann, Master Certified Ascension Coach with Twin Flames Universe. And I've been seeing this question in many different places, and that is, how do I love myself? And you would think that us being divine beings, an embodiment of love, that would be the most natural and normal thing that we would know how to do. But because we are all moving through layers of separation, there's often a question of, how do I actually do that? And this is often related to your twin flame journey, your spiritual journey, and really digging deep into what that actually looks like in a tangible way and how you can apply it in your life. All right. And we all know there's many different ways that you can love yourself. But when it comes to manifesting your twin flame union, you want to look below the surface. And yeah, do all of those beautiful things that you've been doing for yourself. Let's say if you do nice things for yourself, maybe romancing yourself. We call that romance attraction, where you maybe take yourself out on a date, or you give yourself a really nice dinner. Maybe you give yourself a really nice bubble bath, with candles and maybe some essential oils, or you have your favorite cup of coffee, your favorite cup of tea, ice cream, cake, all of these wonderful ways that you can I really like that. That feels good in my heart, so I'm going to treat myself. And those are beautiful ways that you can continue to love yourself. But we want to take it even deeper and unpack how you love yourself really on a spiritual level to manifest your union. And manifesting your union, it requires you to love yourself physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Every single component of your being must be loved. But know that in that, there's no separation there, because the mind can automatically grab at that and say, oh my God, I've got to love myself physically. And then you're going to compartmentalize it. And then I got to love myself emotionally. And then you're going to compartmentalize it. And then love myself spiritually and compartmentalize. No, you're going to just let all of that go. When you love yourself truly, you're loving every component of yourself, which is loving your union. And that's what attracts your twin flame. But what this video is more geared towards is the emotional and the spiritual side, because it's very easy for us to do the physical self-love, which is the examples that I just shared, in whatever way that looks for you in your life. But I'm speaking more towards that energetic love that you can give yourself, where it really, really matters, and where you can really make strides and shifts in your journey. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, I talk a lot about the mirror exercise. And the reason I do that is because, that is the tool that I've used, my twin flame and I, to heal physical separation. And being 4 years into Harmonious Twin Flame Union, we still use it every single day. And we will continue to use it until we've manifested perfect union. And that means there's absolutely no more upsets. And this is not just for us. This is for everyone. We are all working towards healing back into our perfect state of oneness with God, self, twin flame, and all things. That's union, the teachings of union. All right. And so mirror exercise is my constant go-to. And if you're new to the mirror exercise, I always put information in the description box below. But I'm not going to teach you the mirror exercise here. There's other locations where you can learn that. And as I said before, description box below gives you all that information. But just if you're looking for a tangible, logical way of what does that actually look like? How do I love myself? What would I do? Well, for instance, a lot of our traumas, our wounds, our upsets and triggers in our union, and really in any area of our life, it's going to stem from our childhood. At least that's my experience. The majority of the things that I've healed through is related to how I grew up. And so you're going to find a lot of the things that your twin flame triggers in you, you can automatically is this connected to something in my childhood? Like, let's say something I've moved through is fear of abandonment. And I experienced times as a child where I felt abandoned. And so that naturally manifested in my union, in my reality as an adult. And that is something that I had to heal through. So whatever is coming up in your union, you can reference back to, how did you grow up? How did you feel in relationship to your family members? How did you feel in relationship to your siblings? And of course there's love there, but was there anything that didn't feel good? And you want to be careful here to not gaslight yourself. And what I mean by that is, like, let's say you're like, well, my brother, he was very loving, but he used to pick on me a lot, but there's all these really good qualities about him. And so overall he was good, and there was just some little things, but he's a good guy, right? Well, but there's something there that doesn't feel peaceful. And that something there that doesn't feel peaceful is you were picked on. And this is something that all siblings generally do, is we pick on each other, right? But you want to acknowledge that something about that didn't feel good, and it didn't mean that your brother's wrong. It doesn't make him a bad person. It just means that there's something in you where that didn't feel good, and that something in you is feeling hurt, feeling unsettled, feeling unpeaceful about that. And that is where you go within, and let's say if you visualize that 7-year-old you, that's your inner child. And we can all do that. It's pretty easy. Like, you can even pull out a picture of yourself, maybe some childhood pictures if you have access to them. And you can visualize, like, what if that 7-year-old you was sitting in front of you right now, and they were telling you this exact scenario. Like, let's say, my brother was picking on me, and although I love my brother very deeply, and I know that he loves me and we have a good relationship, or maybe not, there was these times in my childhood where I felt hurt. I felt sad. It didn't feel good to me. Let's say that little child is sitting in front of you, and that's you. That's your inner child. And they're telling you these things. What are you going to do? Like, would you just tell them to go away? Would you say, you're annoying me, you're getting on my nerves, like be quiet, go away? Well, no. Well, hopefully you don't do that. I know for me, if my little girl self, my inner child, was sitting here in front of me, I would love her deeply. I would nurture her. I would, let her express to me what it is that doesn't feel good in her heart. And I would let her share about her experience. I would give her attention. I would be very present with her. I would love her and where she didn't feel loved. And I would, that attention, that presence, just being there. It's the same as, like, if you've ever just sat with a friend and maybe they were crying or you were crying, and you were just feeling through your feelings, and you just felt down and out, and that friend was just there for you. They didn't do anything special, or you were there for them. Just their simple presence and beingness in itself, and you having that space to share yourself, or them sharing themselves with you, that in itself is healing. That is loving. Just that presence, just that attention, that attentiveness, that compassion, that is love. And this is the kind of love that I'm speaking to, that you want to give to yourself. And that requires you being very present with yourself. It requires you to be attentive to your feelings, to feel your feelings. And that can be very uncomfortable to start. And that is often where this question, when people say, how do I love myself? Well, this is where that question is coming from, is because if you've never really taken the time to sit with yourself and really access your feelings and acknowledge those places where you haven't felt loved, then of course you're not going to know how to love yourself. But as you choose to do this, as you choose to be with yourself and love those places within where they have not been loved, you're going to find that things quickly shift for you. Because, and this is often too a big block in twin flame unions, is lack of communication. Well, communication is also connection. So if your twin flame is not communicating with you, it's also a form of they're not connecting with you. Well, where are you not connecting with yourself? That's the mirror exercise. And a lot of the times where we're not connecting with ourselves is being present with ourselves, feeling our feelings, really processing those deep-seated emotions that we've maybe avoided and overlooked and not, not taken time to feel through. So long story short, or synopsis here, is that the way that you love yourself is you be present with yourself. And one of the easiest things that you can do is visualization, which is what I was just describing. And that's visualizing you in whatever age form. You can even do this with your adult self. Like the other day I was healing through self-acceptance, and I visualize myself as I am today, right now. And 40 years old, and I visualize my 40-year-old self, and I love myself there. I chose to accept her unconditionally. I just sat with her, and that 40-year-old me, communicated, I need love, I need attention, I need to know that I'm worthy. And I chose the truth that I am worthy, I am loved, and I do accept myself. And this is the process of loving yourself. And as you love yourself, you're attracting your twin flame. That love is so magnetic to everything that you desire. And first and foremost, your twin flame. So hopefully this video has articulated and put it in a tangible way of how you can love yourself, and also like a reference point of where you can go to identify where these traumas, wounds, deep-seated hurts within you, where they're stemming from, and really like a gateway for you to start loving yourself. And as I've always said, you don't have to walk this journey alone. You don't want to take a challenging time and make it even more challenging by trying to do it alone. All right, that's why I'm a Master Certified Ascension Coach with Twin Flames Universe. I have a coach too, my twin flame and I. We see our coach every Friday to do inner healing work. And so if you're looking for that deeper level of support, or you're just feeling stuck and you're like, Breann, I can't even do the visualization. I still can't access my feelings. I still can't access my inner child. Reach out for support, and I will help you. You don't have to do it alone. All right, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.